How's it going, everybody? Jason here. Welcome back to the channel. Before I get back to my music production stuff, I'm just going to close the chapter on my previous video, which was selling my Mini through carsandbids.com. So ultimately, I decided not to use this service because they don't have a presence in Canada. There was only one car that has been sold from Canada from the entire history, from what I could tell online, and I was back and forth with their support a bunch of times, and given COVID and how much of a pain in the arse it is to sell a car cross-border, I decided the risk wouldn't be worth it, because remember, they've got either a reserve price or no reserve price, and they recommend you don't set a reserve price. So there was higher risk kind of on my side and a US-based buyer. So that was the reason why I didn't go with them, but their service was great. It wasn't like they just tried to coerce me into using their site so they could get some money out of it. They thought, you know what, maybe it's not such a good idea because, you know, you're in Canada and it would be a pain for the buyer and for you to deal with the cross-border stuff. So it was really good dealing with them. It was a positive experience. And, you know, if I was US based, I probably would have pulled the trigger and gone with it anyway. So as short as I can make it, if you're interested in what happened for those 3 people that actually watched the first video, tried to sell it privately, dealt with all the nonsense of, oh, I can only afford this much. Can you please, I really like the car. Can you please sell it for this much? And dealing with lowballers, and then dealing with spam from shady dealers who, we buy your car for cash and all those types of things. I decided, well, screw that. I'm going to try another online service, and there's 2 in Canada. There's CanadaDrives.com and Clutch.ca, and they're online car buying services. So you can just sell your car to them if you want to get rid of it, or they've got a whole warehouse full of cars that they have listed on the site where you can trade it in. So for both of them, you do 100% of the transactions online, and then once you pull the trigger, they will bring the car in a trailer to your house and they will pick up your old car. If you're just selling the car, they'll send a trailer and they'll pick it up. They'll pay off your loan if you do have a loan, or they'll just EFT the money into your account, which is really cool. So I just about pulled the trigger on a Volkswagen Golf on Clutch.ca. A few days before delivery, they found a problem that they hadn't disclosed, and both of the sites are really good at disclosing everything. So they've got a full inspection sheet, they've got a Carfax. Obviously, you should always get your own Carfax just in case. But they have high-res pictures of any problem the car might have. If there's like a little scratch on the glove box, they've got a picture there, and Clutch.ca actually lists all those visual defects, which is really good because obviously you don't get a chance to see the car before you buy it. The first time you get to see it is when they deliver it to your house. So they did find that problem. They said they'd fix it. No big deal. I'm like, it's a stain in the headliner. The car didn't have a sunroof, so as best as we could tell, there was a bad seal around the driver's side door, or maybe previous owner left the window open in a rainstorm, a crack. But either way, that wasn't that big of a deal. But after the rescheduled date, the night before, they said, oh, we were doing the pre-delivery inspection, the service engine light came on, so we're going to bring it to a dealer and have them take a look at that. And I went, you know what, just forget it. This car's probably a gremlin. I'm not going to bother. So I ended up trading it in at a dealer, probably lost a couple of thousand. I mean, you do get the tax savings. I did get a pretty good value for my trade. I think I got about $1,000 less than what Clutch.ca was offering, because obviously the dealer has more overhead than the online retailers do. So I did get a bit less money, but when you factor in the tax savings, I probably lost between $2,000 and $3,000 for compared to what I could get by selling it privately. For the amount of time and the pain in the arse of selling it privately, that was worth it for me in my situation, because I needed to kind of get this dealt with quick. So anyway, the pros of Cars and Bids, I would say their service was awesome. They do have a lot of really great cars on there, but unfortunately, unless you're based in the US, I wouldn't bother just because of having to deal with that hassle of crossing the border to sell a car. The other online ones in Canada, I think I would recommend them both. This is not a commercial for it, but as far as convenience, and it really depends on you as the buyer. I mean, my situation was I just need an A to B. That's something I'm going to like driving, and something that I can pass on to the kids once they're out of school. I can sell it to them. So I wasn't really stingy like I normally am. I'm the kind of person that would go into the dealer and spend 8 hours wearing them down to get the best deal, and I'm at the stage in my life where I don't really care about that stuff anymore. I just want it to be quick and easy. So this isn't a commercial for either of them. Actually, maybe they should be sponsoring this, but they're not. But they were both great to deal with. So that's it for this story. story. So hope you enjoyed it. Don't unsubscribe because I'm going to get back to my music and video stuff this coming week. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.